Today on TNT Big Show, Valve is the real villain. All today on TNT Big Show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to TNT Big Show. Let's get right into it. And the Steam Deck has gone up, way up. In price. This is worse than the $150 for the PS5 Pro. Worse than the $100 for the regular PlayStation 5, and way worse than the $50 price jump for the Switch 2. Price hikes suck. And they do, let's face it. Nintendo's price going up sucks. Sony's price going up sucks. But I've been telling people for a long time that you're blaming the wrong companies. Even with the price hike that Nintendo had, they're still going to be losing money on Switch 2. Valve, and I'm on their website and I do not see their LCD model. So if they've phased out their LCD model, which they were saying they were going to do a while back, just in case, all you're left with the OLED models. The 512 gigabyte OLED is now $789, up from $549. The 1 terabyte OLED is $949. You want to talk about a ripoff?
Yeah.
And some people are just outraged. Even people who love Steam are just like, man, this is just terrible.
No.
But some were making excuses. It's like what Sean and I have said for the past year, that it was the tech bros, the Trump tariffs, the wars.
Yeah.
It's like their lack of brain cell induced coma finally went away, and they were like, wait a minute, that's what it was. Instead of Nintendo evil or Sony anti-consumer, now they get it.
Of course.
See, this whole time, you bunch of brainless drones have been blaming the wrong companies. But even I will say, a $200 to $300, that's a little bit too steep. If they'd have raised the price by $50, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I would have been like, oh, that's sad, but it's understandable. $200 to $300? I'm sorry, this is just too ridiculous. When are you going to get it that every company wants to make money? Face it, it is the RAM prices. It's the tariffs. It's the wars. That's what's causing these prices to go up. And if you guys think that companies are going to take a steep hit, you're
crazy. Can't do this to the customers. They have no choice.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Although I wonder why Valve had to raise theirs so much.
Yeah.
But if it was just $50 or whatever, even $100, I'd be like, okay, the tariffs and everything and the RAM prices. And objectively, the Steam Deck runs every single third-party game that you can play on the Steam Deck or the Switch 2. It runs objectively worse. So like I said, yeah, you guys, what, your few brain cells that were dead and dormant, they finally woke up? You're making excuses because you guys just don't want to admit how much you hate Nintendo. But PC, Valve and them can't do any wrong, even though PC is the biggest ripoff in game. And I do not apologize for that. Even before these ridiculous price hikes. For the longest time, PC, just like Apple and Samsung phones, Apple and Samsung would charge 2 to 3 times more for what they make per phone. PCs are 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4 times even more expensive than what they actually make their system for, their PC for. But because you guys can steal, emulate, and stuff, you guys were like, look what you can do with it, look what you can do with it. You were making excuses just because you think you're on a moral crusader. And you know, sadly, a lot of these dimwits are left-wingers. They are.
They're still idiots.
Yeah, but you guys are okay with a PC company milking you dry. You want to know why they don't charge you for a monthly fee to play online? They've already made so much profit off of that PC that you were dumb enough to pay $3,000 for. They don't need to charge you.
Actually, they do. Not a monthly fee, but when you get the internet, no matter what you have, a phone, you have to pay for it.
I know that, but I'm just saying, to play online games, you don't need a service. But I know what you mean. Yeah, you're going to have to pay for internet either way.
Either way.
But the fact is, they make so much profit off of how much you spent for that gaming PC, they don't need to charge you for online. And they know that in a couple of years, not 5, 8 years or whatever, like a console generation, but every 2 to 3 years, you're going to upgrade it. So they keep making the money and they keep milking you over and over. Why do you think the biggest billionaires are PC chip making bros? But I made my own. They're still way overcharging you. This has been the problem the whole time. The more PC companies became entrenched in making chips and everything, the higher prices for consoles we're gonna get. Why? Because PC don't want consoles to be $200 to $300, because then hardly nobody would buy a PC. With consoles going up to $500, $600 and stuff, some people may be naive enough to think, well, I could just buy a PC for $500 or $600, make my own, and I could steal games. Yay!
Yeah.
You know, and they thought, I'm fighting corporate greed. I'm gonna say this because I have people who have driven me insane with how good of a deal PC is when it's the biggest ripoff in gaming. You know, there's no bigger ripoff than PC. You guys just think because you can mod, emulate, and all this stuff that it's a deal when it's not. I could do so much with it. That doesn't make it worth 4 times or 3 times worth what they actually made the console for.
Well, see, Michelle, what you don't understand is the stupidity of PC owners. And I'm saying stupidity because they're the ones that are the upper class and rich folks. They are. That's how they can spend so much money on this stuff.
In order to pay $3,000 for something, if you want to get the most out of a PC machine, you're going to have to pay $3,000.
But see, they're fine with that. They always throw money away and they don't care. Like a story in the news, I think it was a year or 2 back, where this stupid woman was selling her farts in a jar for $500, and she's already made over $1 million. And they're like, I hear so many people, well, it's their money, they can spend whatever they like on.
Yeah, but if we want to criticize them and call them idiots, it's our right to do that too.
Yeah. So instead of, I don't know, Michelle and I heartbreakingly watch as we see on social media, hi, we're starting a GoFundMe page. My little girl has cancer. I need a lungs transplant. My little nephew who's dying needs a kidney transplant. Could you please? No, we can't do it. No, we just don't have the money right now. You know, liars who are due to him while they're out going out buying a new cell phone or a new PC, and yet they can't help someone who is suffering. So yeah, they'll spend that kind of money on a PC.
But like I said, you know, it breaks my heart that a lot of these people are quote-unquote lefties because they think we're fighting corporate greed. No, you're feeding it. You could just go to a library and use a computer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I have a cell phone. We don't have a computer. People are like, you have a, no, we don't. I got rid of mine back in 2016, I think. After we found out how much they actually cost and charge to make, I'm never buying a PC. Never.
No, it's just a scam.
Yes, it is. And I know value's in the eye of the beholder, but if you ask me, in my opinion, I think it's a ripoff.
Because to me, when you pay that much for a PC, it's the equal equivalent of paying for a fart in a jar.
Yeah.
It's wasteless.
High-end PCs that play games like that should be about $1,100. That should be the price. People are like, really? Yeah, because you are dealing with 60 gigabytes of RAM and all this stuff, and, you know, it's not cheap to make stuff like that. The fact that they charge nearly $3,000 for everything to go in properly, that is nothing but a damn scam. Or not, well, no, not a scam. Because a scam is when you say it's one thing and it's not, you know. No, you're getting what you pay for, but the fact is, it's not even $1,000 to make one of these things. It's not.
Think about it, Michelle. They're like, oh, here's a new PC laptop for $899.99, and it is a scam. They don't tell you have to buy all this other stuff. It is a scam.
Yeah, if you want to play PC games at their highest level, well, I don't want to, then you're not getting the full experience. Because to me, if I could get a Switch 2 versus a PC that had Switch 2 performance, I'm getting the Switch 2. Number one, you're going to get a dock with it, 2 Joy-Con controllers so you can have with a second person, and you're going to get those Nintendo exclusives. So yeah, and you don't have to fiddle around 3 hours with it. So don't give me, well, you know, it's because of the tariffs and everything. If you said anything about Nintendo being the devil, raising their prices by $50, but you're making excuses for this, then you're nothing but a damn... I've had enough of PC fans acting like PC master race. The only thing you're master at is baiting, and you don't even do that well. Your left hand divorced you. So yeah, I'm sick of it. You want to come after this video? Come after. I don't care.
let the little 5-year-old incels crawl out of their mommy's basements and start crying and whining about the truth.
Yeah, it's like I said. And nobody tries to go after these PC companies because a lot of people are trying to go after Apple when every year their iPhone costs is about $512 to make, and yet they charge $1,400 for it.
Oh, and people buy it.
Yeah, when in reality they should be charging about $600, $650, because you do want to cover manufacturing costs, shipping, See, this is what I'm trying to tell people. I understand when companies want to make a profit, but it's just how much. In order to actually make a little bit of a profit, that's what they should sell the iPhone for, about $575. That way Apple can make a little bit of profit. That goes back into research, development, paying people, See, I would understand that. The Switch 2 costs over $500 to make now. So the fact that Nintendo is going to be selling it for $500, see, that's not even counting the shipping and everything. They're going to be losing $40 to $50 a unit.
You mean $100. What do you mean, Sean? They're giving away a free $80 to $70 game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're losing money on that.
Yeah, you're going to get choose your own game bundle now. What do you guys expect these companies to do? Like I said, you're blaming the wrong people. I just think the Valve should be ashamed of themselves because it's such a steep price hike. $50 or $100, I would have been like, well, 100's a little much, but 50, that's about understandable. But even 100, I would have been like, okay, I get it. But $200 to $300? Like I said, you guys have always, and like I said, what this really comes back to is Nintendo's for kids. How dare they charge $500 for their toy?
Yeah.
It's how you people view Nintendo compared to how you view Valve and them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for the angry comments and stuff because I know we're going to get them and I don't care. Somebody has to tell you tools the truth. You're just a tool for PC, and they give you the illusion that you're sticking it to the man by buying a PC, man. I get to steal, download, emulate my games, and mod them the way I want, man.
I don't have to pay for them.
Yeah, and they're over there laughing their butts off because you way overpaid for a PC. Even when it's a quote-unquote, I made my own for $400 or $500, you're still paying over 2 to 3 more times more than what you should have paid. You're just too blinded by your anger to realize. This is me, Michelle Nantucket.
This is Sean.
Have a good one. Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Sean's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you and have a wonderful day.